Have you ever wondered why the Israel-Hamas conflict seems to be an endless cycle of violence? Let's travel back in time to the roots of this intricate puzzle. The canvas of this conflict was laid in the year 1948 with the creation of Israel. The state was born out of the ashes of World War II, a beacon for Jewish people around the world. However, its birth displaced hundreds of thousands of Palestinians, sowing the seeds of a struggle that continues to this day. Fast forward to 1967, Israel's victory in the Six-Day War led to the occupation of several areas, including the Gaza Strip. While this triumph expanded Israel's territory, it also intensified the brewing tension with the Palestinians. The occupied territories became a hotbed for resistance and resentment, deepening the chasm between the two sides. As the years rolled on, the late 1980s witnessed the rise of Hamas, a militant organization born out of the First Intifada. With the goal of liberating Palestine and establishing an Islamic state, Hamas emerged as a formidable force against Israel. Its tactics, which included suicide bombings and rocket attacks, marked a new chapter in the conflict, one characterized by heightened violence and mutual fear. The narrative of the Israel-Hamas conflict is not just a tale of political disputes or territorial claims. It's a story of people, their dreams, their fears, and their quest for a homeland. It's a saga of missed opportunities, failed peace processes, and relentless cycles of violence. So why does the Israel-Hamas conflict persist? The answer lies in the complex tapestry of history, politics, and emotions that bind these two entities together. It's a labyrinth of competing nationalisms, religious fervor, and geopolitical interests. Understanding the roots of this conflict is crucial to decipher the complexities of the present. As we delve deeper into the turning points, the recent horrors, the peace seekers, and the future path of this conflict, remember that every piece of this puzzle is a step towards comprehending the bigger picture. The Israel-Hamas conflict is not a static situation, but a series of turning points that have shaped its course. As we delve into the timeline, we find ourselves in the late 20th century amidst the First Intifada. This Palestinian uprising against Israeli occupation was a significant turning point, a manifestation of the deep-seated frustration and despair felt by the Palestinian people. The stone-throwing children of this era would later become the leaders of the Second Intifada, another wave of intensified Palestinian-Israeli conflict that began in the year 2000. Fast forward to 2005, we witness another significant shift: the Israeli disengagement from Gaza. This was a unilateral withdrawal by Israel from the Gaza Strip, with the intention to end the Israeli occupation. However, the move was met with a complex response. While it was seen by some as a step towards peace, others viewed it as a strategic retreat that only strengthened Hamas. Indeed, the strengthening of Hamas became evident in 2007, when they took over Gaza following a violent conflict with the Fatah-led Palestinian Authority. The takeover marked a critical juncture in the Israel-Hamas conflict, further complicating the dynamics of power. These turning points, the intifadas, the disengagement, and the takeover, have each played a pivotal role in shaping the conflict we see today. They have deepened divisions, intensified grievances, and complicated the path to resolution. Yet, they also shed light on the complexities of the situation, helping us understand how history has woven itself into the present state of affairs. Each of these moments has left deep marks on the landscape of the conflict. The most recent escalation of violence in the Israel-Hamas conflict has brought a new level of devastation. This is not just a war of rockets and airstrikes, but a war that has seeped into the everyday lives of people, leaving a trail of destruction and despair in its wake. Let's take a moment to look at the recent events. Kibbutz Nir Oz in Israel, a once vibrant community, was brutally attacked. It's a horror that war correspondent Itai Angel has seen before, but never thought he would witness in his own homeland. The aftermath was chilling: lifeless bodies, the stifling smell of death, and an eerie silence that replaced the once lively hum of the community. Among the residents, many were elderly Holocaust survivors. They had already experienced the unspeakable horrors of genocide, only to face another nightmare in their twilight years. The attack left around a quarter of the population dead, kidnapped, or severely injured. The signs of struggle were evident, and the impact on the survivors was devastating. Moving over to Jerusalem, the holy month of Ramadan was marked not by peace and spirituality, but by escalating violence. Clashes erupted between Palestinian youth and the police, and anti-Arab far-right protesters added fuel to the fire. The Israeli police stormed the Al-Aqsa compound, leading to injuries on both sides. Hamas retaliated with rocket fire from Gaza, and the IDF responded with airstrikes. The cycle of violence spun out of control, leaving ordinary people caught in the crossfire. But amidst all this, it's essential to remember that this is not just about the physical devastation. It's about the psychological trauma, the broken families, and the shattered dreams. It's about the children growing up in a war zone, their innocence lost to the sounds of sirens and explosions. The human cost of this conflict is immeasurable. In the midst of this seemingly intractable conflict, there are those who continue to seek peace. Amidst the turmoil and the tragedies, the Parents Circle Families Forum, or PCF, stands as a beacon of hope. This joint Israeli-Palestinian organization is made up of over 600 families, all of whom have lost a loved one in the ongoing conflict. Their mission? To promote understanding, reconciliation, and peace. They believe in the power of shared experiences, in the strength of shared grief. They believe that their stories can help others understand the real cost of the conflict. A cost measured not in numbers or statistics, but in human lives. The PCFF has hosted numerous activities and campaigns aimed at fostering dialogue and mutual understanding. They've created a peace tent, a space for open conversation and shared grief. They've held vigils against violence. They've invited passers-by to share personal stories and ideas for reconciliation. They've even organized joint iftar dinners during Ramadan, a time of reflection and community. And during the pandemic, when physical gatherings became impossible, they moved their dialogue meetings to Zoom, ensuring that the conversation continues, that the connection remains unbroken. They've launched campaigns like Blood Relations and Taking Steps for Peace, always with the aim of promoting reconciliation, of building bridges where walls once stood. And let's not forget their Parallel Narrative project, a program that has nurtured thousands of alumni. This project enables Israelis and Palestinians to learn about the history and narratives of the other side, fostering empathy and understanding in a region often characterized by division. The PCFF is a testament to the power of hope, of resilience. It's a testament to the belief that peace is possible, that reconciliation is within reach. It's a testament to the power of shared narratives, of shared grief, and ultimately, of shared hope. Their work is a reminder that even in the face of unimaginable loss, even amidst the horrors of conflict, there are those who continue to seek peace. Those who continue to believe in the possibility of a better, more peaceful future. Even in the darkest times, there are those who carry the torch of hope. So, where do we go from here? This question echoes in the minds of many as they contemplate the future of the Israel-Hamas conflict. The path forward is mired in complexities, but there are potential solutions on the horizon. One such solution is the two-state solution, an idea that has been kicked around for decades. The premise? 2 independent states living side by side in peace, each governing their own affairs, yet bound together by a shared history and geography. However, bringing this idea to fruition is no simple task. The road to a two-state solution is fraught with challenges. The most significant of these is the question of where to draw the borders. Each side has historical, cultural, and religious ties to the land, making the decision of who gets what incredibly contentious. Furthermore, the issue of Jerusalem, a city considered holy by both Israelis and Palestinians, poses an additional hurdle. Then there's the matter of ending the occupation. Many believe that a lasting peace can only be achieved when Israel ends its military occupation of Palestinian territories. But this too is easier said than done. The occupation is deeply entrenched, and disentangling it will require a significant shift in policy and perspective. Yet, despite these difficulties, it's important to remember that the path to peace is never easy. It's a journey riddled with obstacles and setbacks, but it's a journey that must be undertaken. The alternative, a continued cycle of violence and suffering, is simply unacceptable. So, as we look towards the future, we must keep in mind the lessons of the past. We must strive for dialogue over division, understanding over intolerance, and peace over conflict. The road to peace is long and